Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we're doing the group prediction for Viviz. This is as much of GFriend as we have, so I will treat them as a group. And since they're still continuing to do music that I do enjoy listening to and watching, then they will be part of my group predictions. Anywho, in this video we are going to check three things, which question 1, what is the current energy that Viviz is in? Question number 2 is what is in store for Viviz as a whole and as individuals. And then question number 3, any advice and healing messages that just come through for them. Now this is all for 2023, so let's see what comes true and what doesn't come true. And to start off the reading, let's go with the first question, which is what is the current energy that Viviz is in? Wait. So we have the Ace of Swords reversed, we have the Eight of Swords reversed, and then the Hierophant. Okay. Can I get a clarification for the Ace of Swords reversed? Oh, we have the Polar Lisa reversed. Okay. That is so funny. So the Polar Lisa is like an extra card in the Teddy Tarot. In case this is not any like normal card that you guys will be familiar with if you're familiar with tarot. So the current energy that Viviz is in, we have the Ace of Swords reverse as the first card. So this kind of tells me that maybe there's some overthinking going on, or they're finding it kind of hard to even think of a new beginning, or ideas are not flowing as easily, or communications not flowing as easily as well. And to clarify this Ace of Swords, I want to know why it was reversed. We have the Polar Lisa. So with the Polar Lisa, I got this card as a message of kind of keeping still, just and going with the flow, allowing the environment to do its thing while you're doing your own thing. So with this card being reversed as a clarifier, it kind of feels like Viviz is currently in an energy where they're doing too much. They're doing so much that they're not allowing themselves to be able to think clearly. And because of that, a bunch of energy is moving, but everything's so muddy, everything is muffled, how should I put it? It feels like someone that is saying a lot without really saying anything. So a lot of words are being spitted out, but there's no meaning behind them. So in this case, I do feel that currently Viviz is in an energy where they're doing a lot, but they don't feel like they're doing anything meaningful or anything that they're satisfied with. Or they're doing so much that they don't have enough time to actually sit down and think about their accomplishments or think about their goals for the future, and they're finding it kind of difficult and kind of hard to be able to think of new ideas or be inspired to do new things because of how busy they are. Also, I do feel that their higher self, their spirit guides, or the universe wants to communicate with them, and they're finding it kind of difficult to create this channel with them because of how busy they are. They don't have enough time to just dream, or they don't have enough time to think. That's how busy they could be right now. I don't really know what Viviz is doing that will make them be this busy. They could also be preparing behind the scenes for something, for a project, maybe a contract or something that is coming up very close, and because of that they're very, very busy, potentially. Now, the other card that we have right here is the Eight of Swords reverse. So this card being reversed is actually a very good sign. The Eight of Swords usually talks about someone that is under the illusion that something is not going to happen, or they're under the illusion that they're trapped or something along those lines. And that prism that they've put themselves in is a mental prison, right? They're overthinking something, or they're thinking about something in such a way that they have put their own obstacle. There's a mental obstacle here. But with this card being reversed, I think that the group is so busy that they're not getting on their own way. So what I'm trying to get at is that they are so busy that they don't even have time for overthinking. They are not able to create like these mental obstacles or whatever. Also, I do feel that this card could be reversed because there could be some limiting beliefs that they're letting go of. So if they thought, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, all of a sudden they're like, that's not true. I can give it a try. I haven't even given it a try, so I don't know if I'm good at it or not. Or, oh, I haven't given it a try, so I don't know if this opportunity will take off or not. So I do feel that right now they're being a little bit more risk takers, and that could be what's keeping them very busy. But also, I do feel with this Eight of Swords reverse that they're kind of aware of what they're resisting, and they're also very aware of what holds them back and what obstacles they put on themselves, and that is a very good sign that they will be able to overcome those challenges because at least they're aware of what the problem could be or what limiting belief is getting on their way. Now, the last card that we have right here is the Hierophant. So right now, with the Hierophant, it feels like they're learning a lot of new things. They're also teaching other people how to work with them. They're initiating something. I don't really know what that could mean or what that looks like. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not too sure what initiation is happening for Viviz. So currently seems like they could be becoming part of something. Maybe they're about to promote something, and that could be what the initiation is all about. But with this Hierophant, we're talking about a spiritual leader, perhaps, or someone with higher power. Someone that could be a Taurus, or someone simply that is very hardworking, very determined, a little bit slow with approaching their goals. But this is like the slow and steady type of energy, right, with Taurus. But anyway, with this Hierophant, we are talking about number 5. So there is a change. There could be some conflicts here and there, but it's all just a little shake things. It's just shaking things to create change and make sure that things flow. This is not like a big conflict that is going to destroy anything that has been made. This is more of like just shaking things up to improve things and make things better. Also, with this Hierophant card, it kind of feels like Viviz is currently in a state where they could be teaching their staff how to work with them or what their expectations are, and the company is working with them to also kind of show them what their expectations are. So with this Hierophant, it feels like things are becoming more official. You know what? I'm seeing gears, so I do feel that things are picking up, or people are finally, the pieces finally work well together. So it feels like right now Viviz is in a state where they are implementing themselves very well with the company that they're in, and the company is working very well with them. So I do feel that you guys can start expecting Viviz to be a bit more consistent with their work and be a little bit more out there, because I think everyone is learning how to work together in such a way that it's going to create waves, and not bad ones. In this case, it's just create change and new things to happen, and it's going to get things moving quicker now because things are more official. With a Hierophant, things are official. So let's go on to the next question, which is what is in store for Vivi's career in 2023? What's in store for that? We have magnetism with the keyword attraction, number 37. So I feel that, okay, so we have 37. So I was thinking maybe 37 days from now, Vivi's is going to get like something going viral or like boom, people are going to see them. So that will be like the beginning of February, basically. Yeah, that could be like February 4th, maybe, potentially. That's me getting too specific. But here we have Saturn in the background. We have like this little kid looking up, and the kid's on his bed or her bed. So one of the things that I'm getting right here is like something that Vivi's had been dreaming of. It's finally gonna come true. So with Saturn, we have limitations and boundaries were placed. And I do feel that enough time has passed, or the challenges and the lessons that the group had to learn, they have learned them already, and they have overcome those obstacles. And because of that, Saturn is coming back, the planet in astrology. Saturn is coming back and it's like, okay, I put these limits, I put these boundaries, you have learned your lessons, and because of that, you will be rewarded with your hard work. You will be rewarded for the lessons that you have learned. And Saturn is a very fair planet, so Saturn can definitely slow things down for us, but it's definitely it helps us with patience. It helps us break free from our limitations, and it also helps us learn how to work with what we have as well. And in this case, I do feel that this is kind of a sign for Viviz that in 2023, whatever they had dreamed of that did not happen, or it was taking a long time to take off, will finally take off. Their hard work will pay off for now. But yeah, with this attraction and magnetism, I feel that the group is going to be getting a lot of people to notice them. They're going to get a lot of people's attention. I do feel that the general public are like, they could potentially take up a song that is going to become a hit with the general public, and that will give them a lot of recognition, a lot of good things are going to come for them. Like, I feel people will finally notice them, and I am happy for them. I really do hope that people do notice them, because I do feel it's kind of hard to, in a way, start from zero. I know they technically didn't, but it kind of, I do feel that for Viviz, it kind of felt like going back to square one. But I don't know what lesson was in there, but there was. Now let's see. So what is in store for Eunha's career in 2023? We have ideation. So she is filled with ideas. She's filled with inspiration. She is filled with a lot of projects that she wants to take on. But with this ideation card, there is this sense of life is telling her to be cautious. Whatever goals she has, whatever dreams she has, whatever ideas for new projects or new songs or concepts or whatever, life is advising Eunha right now to kind of keep that to herself. Life is saying, you know, those ideas are very good. Those ideas could be very successful, but maybe right now is not the time. So life is kind of like encouraging her to keep those ideas to herself because, you know, we don't want other people to steal her ideas. But also, I do feel that she is protected. Here we have like a diamond. Like, okay, let's start from the center. So the center, we have kind of like this star that made me think of a snowflake. So this tells me that Eunha has ideas that are pretty ephemeral. I think that's the right word. I could be wrong. But it's like ideas that kind of come and go. So she may want to write them down because those are very good ideas. And life is kind of telling her they're very good. Also, this is an orange card, so that automatically makes me think of someone that's fired up and someone that's super motivated and driven to do something. But anyway, continuing. So with the snowflake, she has very unique ideas. So life is saying they're very good. You should write them down before you forget. The other thing is that we have a diamond right here, so that makes me think they're going to be very successful. It makes me think that they're pretty stable as well. They're very grounded, and I do feel that her ideas are very good. And life really wants to make sure that she takes credit for those ideas, and also life kind of wants her to actually go through with making them happen, like for real, and like physically manifest them basically. And then we have a circle surrounding all of this, and circles automatically make me think of protection. It makes me think of someone that is divinely taken care of. So with the ideation, life is kind of like saying like that little fire, that flame within you that is so inspired and it's ready to just spit out all of these good ideas. Life is telling her to kind of, you know, slow down a little bit, protect those ideas, and whenever she's ready to actually put them into action or make them a little bit more real or ground them a bit more and make them more physically tangible, then that's when life is like, okay, that's when you should definitely go for it and make them happen. But for now, it's like she should kind of write down her ideas and make sure that she keeps them safe as well. One card to see what is in store for Shinbi's career in 2023. We have love. So with love, I do feel that maybe love is coming for Shinbi in 2023. Maybe. I don't even know if she's interested in that right now. Like, I don't know if that's what she's looking for, but maybe some opportunities can come up for her. Also, yeah, and then anxiety kind of came up. So maybe she's not really looking for love right now. But another thing that love could be related here is that maybe Shinbi is going to feel a lot more comfortable with her working environment. She's going to feel like she's cared for and that people are there for her. Like, she's going to feel supported. She's going to feel like everything will be okay because she knows that everyone is working with her and not against her. Also, with this love card, I do feel that she's just going to be feeling pretty happy with herself. She's going to be taking care of herself, and that in exchange, she's going to create a very strong foundation because she, by loving herself and taking care of herself and all those things, will make it easier for her to just do her own thing and be unafraid of what other people have to say about her. And that will also make it easier for her to just feel like everything's worth it and feel satisfied with the work that she does and the things that she does in her life because she is being true to herself basically. So that will be the main focus or one of the biggest things that we will see for her in 2023. Now let's see. Also, I do feel that a lot of people are going to see her more beautiful in 2023, and I do feel that it's because of this self-love and self-care that Shinbi's like kind of going through for herself. That's another message. So okay, one card that, oh my god, give me a second. So we have intuition, but give me a second. I couldn't, for whatever reason, my mind just went blank. Okay, so what is in store for Eunji's career in 2023? So we have disruption. Okay, so I was getting so loopy right now, and also protection. So I was getting so loopy right now that I had to actually look. I have like a sticky note on the side over here, and it has like the 3 questions that I have for the video, and I had to look back at it because I was like, wait, what was the second question? How do I phrase it? And yeah, that's why I had to start again. So yeah, intuition was also a card that kind of came up for Umji, but we have disruption and protection. Now, disruption is like a divine detour. It is basically saying with all is life being like with all the love in our hearts, we need to move you away from the situation. Right? So and also with protection, we're talking about like, you know, if things don't go her way, is because life is trying to like dissuade her and like move her away from like a potentially dangerous situation or an unfavorable one as well. So with these 2 cards, it definitely feels like Umji's career in 2023 will have a lot of disruptions all of a sudden. Like for like if there's a project that she was going for, and if all of a sudden it doesn't work out or it falls apart before anything actually happens, like if like before it takes off or it debuts or it begins or whatever, it's because life is saying, oh, you do not want to work with these people, or you do not want to, you know, these people are bad news. We're gonna let those people continue with their mess, and we're gonna make sure that you're not associated with that mess, right? It's kind of like, you know, like life is saying justice is gonna happen, you know, karma, like people are gonna get their karma, good or bad, right? And I do feel that maybe Umji is gonna be working on some projects, and life is like, we don't even want you near these people because they've been doing some things that are very unfavorable, and we don't want your reputation to take a hit because you work with them once in that one thing, or you had to interact with them in that one show that you were in, right? So I do feel that life will make sure that she doesn't even interact with these people, right? Because life is saying, we want to take care of you, we want to protect you, and we don't want you to deal with whatever backlash their karma is going to bring them, right? So with this disruption, I do feel that life will kind of bring abrupt stops into some of her career opportunities, basically. So if for whatever reason there were talks about a project that Umji was in, but all of a sudden there's not enough funding for it, that is life being like, I'm trying to make sure you don't get involved with that. Or if Umji was like, an opportunity is offered to her, but she's so busy with these other things, then life is like, oof, we made sure your schedule was packed so you wouldn't even have time for that other thing. So I do feel that could be a common theme that we'll see for 2023, but you guys let me know later, like if you come back to this and you watch this and you're like, oh, that's so true, put down the receipts in the comments. I want to know if this actually does happen. And also, again, with the protection card, that's basically why these disruptions are happening, right? Life is trying to make sure that she's okay. Of course, she may see it. This is a very Saturn thing to do, by the way. She may also kind of see it like, okay, things are not going my way, life is punishing me, but life is like, no, believe me, we're trying to protect you right here. Don't think that we're trying to just get your bad side for no reason. This is to make sure that you're not involved with these people. But I do feel that eventually she's going to see how she was, you know, it was a close call, but she saved herself from having to deal with these issues and this drama. But at first glance, she will probably just be like, okay, here we go again, this is not working. You know, she's probably gonna be like, estoy salada, which I don't really know what the English translation of that will be, but it's basically like she will think like she's cursed of sorts, or like, so all I'm getting is like she may think like life is not working with her, it's punishing her, and like the odds are not in her favor, and because of that, everything she wants to work in is a disaster, right? Like it just doesn't take off. But no, life is trying to take care of her and make sure that she doesn't have to deal with the consequences of just interacting with these people or interacting with situations or whatever. Life is like not even like it's kind of like before anything actually happens, life just cuts the root of the problem. They're not even allowing this plant to grow. They're like, no, this is poisonous, get rid of it now, right? So now let's go on to the last section of this reading, which is advice for healing messages for Viviz for this 2023. Advice and healing. So we have rock with endurance. So the first message that's coming here is that right now they can be in a path that feels very lonely, feels isolated, and it feels like a very, very challenging path and a very challenging journey for them right now. But life is saying to continue working. So the keyword right here, we have endurance, and we have number 20 that adds up to number 2. So life is kind of telling them, continue finding harmony, continue finding balance, and eventually things are going to pay off again, which is kind of what was happening here with this magnetism card. Also with this rock card, it feels like life is telling them to ground themselves, to find a very strong foundation for themselves, because that will definitely help them continue moving forward and to continue staying loyal to themselves and to their roots, because that will definitely help them be themselves and just not care what other people are saying. It's like right now they're going through a very, very lonely path in a way, and it could be discouraging sometimes, but life is saying like eventually all their goals are going to come true, all their dreams will come true as well, and blessings are on the way. It's just taking some time because they kind of set roots on a very unconventional place, and they're in a situation that is not really normal for other people. So I guess this is what people call like, oh, Viviz is paying the way. Yeah, they're kind of, in a way they are, they're setting on they have embarked on their own journey, on their own path, and no one else has really gone through something like this, and because of that they kind of have to figure things out for themselves. And yeah, we all go through our unique paths, but in this case Viviz is in a situation where they can't really look at other people and be like, oh, they went through this, it's possible to succeed from this point on, basically. So yeah, life is saying like eventually things are gonna bear fruit. It's just gonna take some time though. Any more healing? Oh, we have rain with the keyword fecundity. Fecundity. I don't know how to say that word. I know I've searched this up. I know this will be like the 3rd time I searched it up. I wonder if Viviz got this before. I know someone got this before because I remember my editor monkey also searching up what the word meant and putting it on the video. But anyway, with this rain card, it kind of feels like the advice that life is giving them is that maybe they will have to do some cleansing for 2023. Maybe they will like to start their year by doing some cleansing rituals for themselves and their environment, their home, their workspace. I have a feeling that life is kind of telling them that there's this fertility going on in their ideas, in their environment, in their career, in their work, that there is, how should I put it, there's 2 messages that are kind of coming through. One of them is kind of like raindrops. It doesn't matter how small of a step they take in their career, it will eventually add up, like a snowball effect. It will eventually add up and it will create this beautiful blessing, right? Also with this rain, I feel the sense of like fertility and nurturing and nourishing something, right? Very similar to the tree, by the way. Kind of like, it feels like the advice is that life is telling them to also purify their space so they leave room for something to grow, for their ideas to grow, for their projects to succeed and grow as well, for them themselves as people to grow as well. Also, it feels like there's like a seed growing right there, so there's this sense of growth, this sense of improving or bearing fruit. There is a chance that Viviz is like laying down these seeds of ideas and projects that they want to embark on, and life is kind of saying like they will eventually bear fruit. It's just gonna take more time, and it's gonna take a lot more care than usual to kind of encourage this plans to take off, basically. Let's see. So one last card. Oh, I said one last card, but one of them jumped all the way over here. So 2 more cards. So we have dark matter with a keyword mystery, and then we have air with a keyword motion. So it feels like right now the advice that came through is that Viviz is being encouraged to just power through difficulties, and even if things are slow, to continue moving forward, because this dark matter is kind of saying that there will be a lot of things that will be left unknown to them. There is a lot of work going behind the scenes, so they're not really aware of how much everything is, like how much work life is putting to align everything for them to work in their favor. There is a lot of things outside of their control, like Viviz can work very hard in promoting all of those things, but it is not up to them. It's not in their control to have like people look at them, basically, right? So that's what life is taking care of. Also with the air and emotion card, it kind of feels like things are slowly picking up. Everything is slowly finally moving and changing. Okay, so coming back from a little break, my other monkey, my sister just kind of went like, "Oh, I got you. You know what this word means? I got you." And yeah, it was true. This card has appeared before, and it was actually in Umji's love life in her individual reading. And in that video, in her love life, towards the end of it, these cards were there: magnetism, rock, and rain. So maybe something in Umji's love life will surface in 2023. Like, maybe we'll hear about it. I am a chismosa. I would like to know, but only if it's good stuff. If it's bad stuff, as long as it's not to my faves, everything's good. So I hope everything's good with her anyway. But and this card came up, then yeah, it does talk about fertility. It does talk about seeds and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, ideas are very present. Nourishing those ideas is also very important for them, which I kind of already talked about. So I'm glad my intuition kind of was on point with that keyword right there for the rain card. Anyway, let's go back to the healing messages here with air in motion. I kind of wanted to point out that these cards have appeared before for a Viviz member, which in this case is Umji. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. But talking about air in motion, again, I do feel that things are picking up. The snowball effect that I talked about earlier, that's kind of what's happening here. Like, there's something that they were working on, and it's finally picking up steam. It's picking up traction. Like, people are finally seeing it. So their hard work is finally paying off, basically. And with the dark matter of mystery, it's like, I do feel that some people are going to be like, oh, it's a miracle that things are going well. And other people are going to be like, oh, these people came out of nowhere. But no, Viviz didn't come out of nowhere. It's just, the same people, different name. And I do feel that it's just going to be success after success after success. So the advice here is that there's going to be things that just kind of magically work, and everything kind of just flows. And they shouldn't they can question it, but they shouldn't feel like they're not worthy of that success, or they should also not worry if they don't know what's happening or what's going on. Like, eventually everything will fall in its place. So that's kind of the advice here. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was filled with surprises here. I do hope that everything goes well for Viviz, and I hope that you guys continue loving them and supporting them, and I do hope that the world sees that they're still taking out some good ass music. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, where that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and I hope you guys have a very good 2023 as well. So yeah, bye.